This chess table is by far the coolest thing I have ever built. In this video, I'll show you how I made this chess table and how I used 3D printing to really make this chess table pop. There's a really cool backstory as to why I built this chess table, and at the end of the video, I'll tell you the story. The very first thing I did was print out with PETG plastic these clear squares for the white spaces of the chess table. I use those plastic squares as a stop block for cutting my oak pieces that would be used as the dark squares for the chessboard. Put them together. I messed around with a couple different types of glues before I finally settled upon two-part epoxy. Seemed to work best for gluing plastic to wood. Now I'm using tabletop epoxy to seal the top, and a super important part of that is just to make sure that your surface is completely level before you start that process. You use a torch to eliminate all the air bubbles from the epoxy. This is what the top looks like after it's been cured for 24 hours. It's time to build the body of the table. I just used the same pine that I used for the top, but Like any good amateur woodworker, I use pocket holes for everything. So another way I use a 3D printer on this project was to print this divider for the chess pieces in the drawers. I used playing cards here to make sure I had the correct spacing between the drawers and the inner supports of the table. Now there's about 15 different better ways to cut out the drawer faces, but no one ever accused me of being a smart woodworker. Just so we're clear, this is not the tool you should be using for this. But hey, it worked for me. What I'm doing here is using my favorite technique for making quick boxes using miter joints. You just use a router with a V-groove bit. So the purpose of this box is to hold the LEDs that are going to shine up through the chess table, but also what I'm doing here is I'm drilling holes through this so that we can run the wires through and then also be able to push off the top of the table. So these super handy and cheap devices are called dowel pins. You can place them in your dowel holes, and then when you push your other piece against it, it will mark out a perfect spot for your dowel. Added some felt between the top and the body. There's what that box looks like once those LEDs are in place. So why did I build this chess table? So my cousin Ty is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, and I am a huge Denver Broncos fan. So several years ago, we came up with an idea to have a friendly wager between the two of us on who would do better between those two sports teams. Now, because of our love of board and card games, we decided to increase the wager a little bit, and basically whoever does better, or whoever's team does better, the other person has to buy them a board game of their choice. Now, my cousin Ty did not ask for this crazy chess table. He asked for a very simple and basic chess table. But of course, me being the person that I am, I went a little overboard, as you can see by this video. Now, I don't think this was too crazy. It wasn't too much of a project. But when Ty came to me and asked, hey, how about just making me a simple chess table, I maybe took it a little bit further than I potentially had to for the wager's sake. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content like this.